So y'all know the bar is currently in Satan's ass crack. And Satan is also in hell's basement. So that's pretty damn far in hell. I don't know what happened to self-respect. I don't know what happened to morals. I don't know what happened to people having boundaries. I don't know what happened to people saying, like, you know, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is gonna work. We're jumping right into this video, and we're starting off with the fuck that is going on in the black community right now. Black YouTube, all over black YouTube, we got these smasher pass, these balloon popping videos, we got these 20v1s. I just want to express my pure hatred for this genre of video. Let me stop capping. Okay, sometimes this shit is entertaining, but I want to talk about how in today's culture, we have no sense of true love anymore, dating properly, if that's the thing, you know, anymore, like meeting someone, catching their eye, oh, let's go on a date. You know, we don't have that anymore. We instead stand in a white room that you rented out for a few hours, invite a bunch of models and a random rapper that's washed up, and then let him stroke his ego for a few hours. I think the whole point of this type of video is to find love. Babe, what you're finding someone to lust over. This is not love. I think that's the whole point. I take that back. I don't think it's to find love. I think it's to get views, obviously. And I think it's to also just like find a fuck buddy, because that's literally what it is. It's literally pure lust. Like, I've seen dating shows. I've seen like little clips and stuff on YouTube with Cut, Jubilee, other people that do this type of content, but this is like next level. So yeah, the point, these women go in here and then they line up in front of this washed up rapper or this child. Did you know they had a teenager up there at one point? These women are introduce themselves, their name, they'll shout out their Instagram or their OnlyFans or whatever they do, and then it happens. The guy says, "Can I get a 360?"
What's up?
Hello.
What it is, a little BBL or something?
Nah, baby, it's
is
natural.
It real?
Yeah.
Let me see, make it do something real quick. That what's happening.
And the woman obliges. She says, "Yeah, Daddy, you can get a 360. You can get a 360." And you know, most of them are very, you know, not as flamboyant. They're just kind of like, okay, like, why did I sign up for this? And then you got the other ones that are like, got their whole internal organs showing to a man they just met 30 seconds ago, getting his raw claws up her coochie. Right there on camera, right there in front of everybody.
I got real coochie. I got real two, and one. This is me. Yeah, you can feel it, baby. You can feel it.
What's the word?
How is this not violating YouTube community guidelines? I say dick and balls and I get demonetized. Like, I'm not understanding how this video is still on YouTube when they full on got their coochie out. Yeah, there was another girl who went on, and it is so badly secondhand embarrassment. Quavo, I wouldn't say he's a washed up rapper, but Quavo was up there doing it one day, and some girl was like, "I like to suck. I like to," you know, roll the clip.
From?
Kentucky.
What you like to do, Riley?
Okay, I like to have fun,
What
but
kind of fun? Like adventures, Six Flags?
Yeah, definitely adventures. I like,
You ride all the rides?
not that, but I'm saying like traveling and just like.
Damn, why everything is, what you, okay then, besides, you know, fucking this, like, what else, like, you want to have?
Cringe. But yeah, and then she did all that and didn't even get picked. She got passed on. And then there was this other chick that just recently gone viral where I think it was probably staged, but regardless, the act in itself is still disgusting, where you meet this guy in a line in a white warehouse, and then you would say, "Okay, I can show you right now," and you go in the bathroom and give him the got 3,000.
So you ever had with a gag reflex? You want to find out real quick?
Yes. Right now?
Are you sure you ready?
I'm so serious.
Are you?
Come on. I'll be back.
Hey, keep the mic.
Yeah.
Look, I'm all for finding love in, you know, mysterious ways, you know, like going on shows and, you know, blind dating, whatever. But this, y'all ain't scared of STDs no more. Like, y'all do know those still exist.
What's your favorite STD? My favorite would definitely have to be between herpes and chlamydia.
And even if it was staged, you know, what if, like, a lot of little kids watch this. Let's be for real. Like this type of shit is catering to teenager, teenage boys, teenage girls, whatever, maybe still in middle or high school. They may see this and get influenced to go do acts like that, thinking it's like the cool new trendy thing to do. Don't do that, kids. If you're watching this, STDs are a thing. Educate yourself, okay? Not only that, what gets me is that some of these women come on, they're like, oh, I have a baby, I have a son, I have kids, and that's cool, whatever. Your life doesn't stop just because you're a parent, but you kind of got to make better choices for the sake of your children's future. And what I mean by this is, let's look at Kim Kardashian, for example. She had a sex tape leak how many years ago? I don't know. I'm not doing the math, but a long time ago. Okay. And she's still, to this day, it's crying.
Okay. It's not okay, though. It's not, on Roblox. Sam was on Roblox yesterday. And a thing popped up, and he started laughing. I was like, Mommy, look. And it was a picture of my cry face. And it was a game that someone made of Roblox. And it said, Kim's new sex tape. When you clicked on it, thank God he can't read yet. And it's
what? Like, that long ago, and it's still coming up. Like, imagine this chick's child come across this video in 10 years, 20 years, whatever. It's just like, oh, they're getting bullied at school because they see their mama double cheeked up on a Tuesday in a white warehouse getting fingered on set. Like, what? Shit is wild. It's wild to me. Listen. But honestly, are you guys not embarrassed? And it's not just the women. Let me just make this clear. This video is not targeted to just shame women and all the actions that they do, okay? Just know that that's going to follow you, and things such as digital footprints are going to follow you. But it's also targeting the men. Why would you think that type of thing is okay? Like, why would you want to stick your finger in a coochie you just seen walk through the door 30 seconds ago? Why would you want to do that? But yeah, it just shows a lack of morals. It shows a lack of self-respect. It shows a lack of boundaries. It shows the need for validation. It shows the need to feel wanted, to be picked. And it's sad. You don't have to go find love that way. You don't have to be overly sexually promiscuous to be chosen. I get it. We all have our need to want to be sexy. But like, what I'm saying is, this is unacceptable. This is not okay. And Lord have mercy. Let's move on, because let me just say this. If I see one more video or one more person talking about the 50-50 relationship and this 150 to 80 to 20 relationship, I'm going to go to Arizona, lay on hot asphalt in the peak of July, and just lay there until I end. Because that's how torturous it makes me feel on the inside that we're still having this conversation years later. Like, I get it. Like, oh, guys, let it go. Let it go. Okay, here's the thing. This is my take on the 50-50 thing, and then I'm going to end it. Do what you want in this relationship. Do what you want. Because what you're not going to do is go online, listen to a bunch of other likely single people tell you what you should expect out of your relationship to a certain degree, and miss out on something good. It doesn't make sense logically. If we really think about it, you can't expect a blue collar man to provide for you and do all these things that a doctor or a lawyer will be able to do for you. Like, realistically, we're living in a recession right now, okay? Everything is going up. Gas is going up. Groceries is going up. My weight is going up. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. I don't know what else is going to go up. I'm losing my mind. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure. The guy that you're probably dating probably can't afford to take care of rent and take care of your car payment and his car payment, take care of his insurance and your insurance, take care of the kids, daycare bill, school bill, tuition, shoes, clothes, tampons, pads, soap, water, I don't know, whatever else. Make it make sense. Y'all go find Daquans down the street and be like, I need you to provide for me. I need you to provide me everything. Huh? This dude works at Burger King. And ain't nothing wrong with working at Burger King. Let's just make that clear. But being realistic, obviously he ain't better do that for you. Let's be for real. Rent is hard for one person. I just feel like everybody should do what's good in their relationship. Like, if it works for them to go 50-50, go 50-50. If it works for them to go 100-0, do that. If that works for them. Like, I've had people ask me, I was paying for something one day and I was on the phone with a friend or something, and they were like, why ain't he paying for it? It's $35. I got a piece of steak, some rice, and some damn pico de gallo. Why the I ask him for $35 to pay for that? Like, I can pay for it myself. I work for a reason, like, I personally like the fact that I can just go in the store and buy whatever I want. I had a friend one time that came over and, she was like financially dependent on her husband, and that was fine. She also had to ask him, can she buy a $2 game for us to play on the phone? It was $2. If you're asking to spend $2, you don't see anything wrong with it. You know what? But hey, that's what works for them. That's what works for them. I don't want to do that shit, but that's what works for them. And that's fine. I mean, you know, everybody's not going to agree, and that's fine. But like, we don't have to sit here and like speculate about our own relationship or whatever the case is, or start feeling like my partner ain't shit, he's broke ass because he ain't giving me the princess treatment and paying for everything. Like, everything is just all over the place. First, we got somebody over here saying, go 50-50. Then you got the other person over here saying, run his pockets dry, sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know, like, just do what's best for your relationship at this point.
There's women out there that will walk away from a good man to my, oh, he wanted to go half on rent. He wanted to go half on.
Facts.
Like, that is, you know how fatuous and inane that is to say he wanted to go half. First of all, you are responsible for 100% of your life as an adult. 100% of your problems, 100% of your bills, 100% of your stress. And you mean to tell me you had a man right there like, I'll take half of that from you. And you was like, that ain't good enough.
Right.
Damn.
I want you to take it all. I don't want to have no responsibility as an adult. And that is financial abuse. And that is feminine manipulation and abuse. So then, fellas, you need to walk away.
Let's talk about these married people on TikTok. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all seem a little miserable. Like, if we're being completely honest about a lot of this marriage content and, oh, my husband does this, I really think it's rage bait. A lot of it is. So I'm just gonna kind of skate over this real quick. My wife usually takes care of the kids and I don't even know their shoe size. What? My wife, she usually takes care of this and I cook. I don't really know how to cook. What? This lady asked her husband to put the groceries up, and the man put the groceries up in the fridge, still in bags.
This is his organizational style. Just shove everything in, still in the bag.
Y'all don't see the red flags when y'all are dating. You can't tell me you never saw the red flags when you were dating. Like, even if this is rage bait content, because I feel like a lot of it is. So I'm just going to skate over this. I do feel like even if it's not, you knew the red flags before you got married. It's very subtle that you'll like be loved bomb and then you get married and he's like a raging narcissist. Like, that's very few and far in between. Okay. I think a lot of the times there's red flags before you get married, and then you're 5-10 years and a kid later, or 2 kids later, and a marriage, and now you want to get online and can complain.
Today I want to walk you through all the dumb things my husband did when I was in labor, in chronological order with timestamps. So coming in hot, 6 p.m. My water broke at 2 p.m., 6 p.m, things are happening, and he asked me what was for dinner. I'm like, I'm a little busy dilating. I can't fire up the fajitas right now, honey. You're on your own. 9 p.m, I'm entering another dimension. Things are getting so intense. I'm hands and knees in our bedroom, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. This is the bowl he brings me. I am now on another planet. It's 1 a.m. and we are on our way to the hospital. He takes a scenic route. Just a new route, new way. We've never been this way to the hospital. We take the highway. Not today. Special day. So he must have gotten less stupid once I got the epidural because there's a gap where nothing dumb happens. But I have her at 4:36 a.m. And at 5 a.m. So he's been like taking pictures the whole time and sending them to my family and like keeping them updated what's going on. But later I look at these photos. I'm tits out. Like, just boobies sending pictures of my boobies to my dad. And like, I don't really care. I know it's a beautiful moment, but still, I'm like, did you look at these before you sent them? Like, this was a group chat. And finally, 8 a.m. Yes, I was only in the hospital for like 8 hours. It was crazy. So it was time to go, and they were kind of like, you need to eat something before you leave. And I was like, oh, I have a protein bar in my bag. So I grabbed the protein bar, and he's like, can we split that? I'm hungry.
And then what gets me with the complaining, when they do the complaining, they want to get, sympathy or whatever. But then when they get the sympathy, or people start telling them, but you need to leave, like, your home slice ain't really who you need to be with. Like, he really playing in your face. He's doing too much, or he's doing too little in this case. He's doing too little. He's not really living up to the standards of what a man or a husband needs to be. Yada, 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 yada. He can't cook. He can't clean. He don't take care of kids. Da, 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 da. They get mad. They get literally mad. You don't know him the way that I know him. And I just made this video for good old shits and giggles. And girl, stop lying to yourself and stop trying to lie to us. We can see straight through the bullshit. Okay. Watch this video. Like, you ain't convincing nobody but yourself that you're happy, okay? You're not convincing nobody but yourself that that man really gives a fuck about you, okay? Because we can all see from a mile away down the street that that man don't give two shits about you.
So I ended up stitching this video when I first seen it a while back, and she did respond in the comments, basically confirming that it was in fact rage bait, because usually our happy content don't get as many views, and of course something like this that's controversial is. So I get what she was doing there, and 1.5 million likes later, you know, it did what she wanted it to do, so she was a good sport about it. She wasn't offended, so that's great. But it's just one of those things, I guess, just tread lightly when you're on TikTok, because you never know what's real and what's not, and so forth.
You know what's weird to me also when I be seeing this content is that a lot of these women are complaining and they're so tired and they're this and that and that. They can't get away for a few minutes just to go get their nails done or have brunch with someone because their husband don't know how to take care of the kids. It's like, how are you a single mom while in a marriage? And then when you point that out to them, they want to get online and cuss you out because you said that. Like, you the one who put it up here, sweetie. Ain't nobody put a gun to your head to say, hey, post what's in your relationship right now or we gonna blast you. Like, no one said that. You willingly did that. And then that was the response. And then they get offended. And when it come to defend the man that won't even let them go enjoy their time out as a human being. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. And a lot of these men have weaponized incompetence. So you may notice that before you marry them. Again, I know you guys see the red flags before you marry them. Why are you marrying these men? Is it desperation? Because that leads me into my next point. Stop begging for that damn ring. Let's talk about the crew that like to dry beg, is what I like to call it, for a ring. Like, there's this girl who decided that she was going to just go into Walmart one day. I guess they were there shopping. I don't know. And she pointed to the rings. This is a ring. It's only, you know, X amount of dollars. Like, I'll roll the clip.
128. 128. That's all it takes.
I don't know all it takes.
And what's your excuse?
I haven't found anyone to marry.
Oh, so did y'all hear that end part where he was like, you know, I just ain't found nobody to marry yet? Bitch, I'm sorry. Am I not standing my ass right here is what I would have said. And I would have walked out of those Walmart automatic sliding doors and he would have never seen me again. You ain't found nobody to marry yet. You ain't found nobody to... And I'm standing right here. Like, the reaction I would have had if those words would have came from his mouth after that long... This is what I mean by the bar is in literal hell. Like, the bar is so low to the ground. Like, the bar for, like, expectations are in the ground. Like, guys, wake up. Girl, wake up. He didn't want to marry you. Then, you know, what the gag is, she makes another video. He did it. He did it, guys. He did it, Joe. He did it. You're going to be the president of the United States. Type energy. Like, he did it. Okay, whoop the damn do. He did it because you forced his ass and the internet forced him.
Okay, you guys, he did it. He proposed. Inside of Walmart where we first met.
Of course he did it. He did it to shut your ass up. And that is what you call a shut up ring, guys. I'd be damned if I take my ass to Walmart, of all places, and be like, you know, you can marry me with this ring right here. Damn, like, can you just fucking marry me already? Is the energy that is given off. He gave you that to shut your ass up, basically, so you could stop asking him about marriage. And what's wild to me is that I see this often. You're just going to accept the fact that, oh, we're just going to wait on planning our wedding. You just want the ring so that you can feel like you're taking it to the next step. And then you're going to be, what, you've been a girlfriend for 10 years and now you're going to be a girlfriend, fiance for another 10? Like, he's just stalling. First, we meet in a warehouse where we're getting, you know, figured on set. Then we move along into 50-50 relationship conversation. So either you do or you don't. And then you move into the marriage. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm actually skipping ahead of myself. You first dry bag for the ring. And if you get it, you know, you might end up in a marriage that I just explained earlier where men or someone in the relationship has weaponized incompetence. And then, or on the other side, you never get engaged. You just got a shut up ring. Or you could be on the other side of all of that. And he could be telling you marriage is just a piece of paper. Oh my God. If a man ever says that to you, he doesn't want you. He does not want you. Not even as his girlfriend. You're just there for a good time, not a long time. There's nothing that you could say to convince me that marriage is just a piece of paper and that, oh, we should just not get married. That's actually wild. Because you know what's crazy? Yeah, marriage is just a piece of paper. If you want to be like a smartass about it, yeah, sure, marriage is just a piece of paper. But you know what else is just a piece of paper? Your social security card, your birth certificate, your passport is just pieces of paper. That paper check before you gave your job that bank account was just a piece of paper. Those W-2s are also just a piece of paper, but you use those to get that tax money back, which money is also just pieces of paper. You can rip that bad boy right in half. Rip it right in half. Your license is just a piece of plastic. You know what else is also a piece of plastic? That birth certificate of the child that she ends up having for you, or that you expect her to have for you. You still want the family, you still want wife duties, you still want 50-50, you still want all that, but you don't want the other main piece of paper. That's crazy. That's manipulation at its finest. I had this guy that I worked with, and he told me, looked me dead in my face with all seriousness and said, I am going to divorce. My wife and I have agreed to get a divorce so that we could pay less money in taxes. You have manipulated your wife into getting a divorce so that you can probably cheat in peace, for all I know. You might just be like, oh, I'm not really married technically. We're literally got a divorce. I can just fuck whoever legally, you know what I'm saying? For legal reasons. But, you couldn't say that to her before you got her pregnant. They had a kid, had a son. I was so confused when he said that. I was like, your wife got married, you had a baby, and then now you're saying that you're going to get a divorce because marriage is just a piece of paper and just a way for the government to control you. And, we could pay less money in taxes. Please, you're not fooling anybody but your wife, actually, because you're not fooling me. The main thing with marriage is that it's just a piece of paper, as everything else in this world that's important to us is just a piece of paper. But it's literally commitment. It's literally standing at an altar or standing where, however you do it with an officiant, saying that I vow to this person to commit to them with, be there through thick and thin, being committed to one another through it all, through paying all them taxes and not getting a divorce. But hey, what do I know? If something happens to that partner that you've been with for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever the case is, 10, 15 years, you have no say so if something happens to them. You have no right to their assets. You have no right to what happens to their body. You have no, you don't, if they're in the hospital on life support, you're not the one making that decision, babe. You're not making that decision. You've been with him for 20 years and now somebody else has to make the decision whether to pull the plug or not. And that's the life you want to live. Somebody else that may not even be close to you, him, or anybody might just say, fuck it, pull the plug. Shit, the hell I care about. Take all the money, take all his assets, and then you're left with what? You're left with nothing. You're left with nothing. But, marriage is just a piece of paper. It means nothing after all. It is, shut the hell up. Y'all sound stupid when y'all say that. Let's just say this. If you find someone that is also on the same page of marriage, it's just a piece of paper, then by all means go for it. Be fucking happy and bliss. I don't know why y'all be having babies then. I mean, like, shit. You don't think to yourself that maybe having a baby is also way bigger of a commitment than getting married? Once the ink dry on the birth certificate, it's pretty solidified for that baby. And this brings me to my next point of we need to start judging a book by its cover. Let me go and say something real quick. I do not feel bad for women who decides to have children with a man that is standing in his profile like this. And then she gets online and complain, oh, he's a deadbeat. He wasn't even in my kid's life on Father's Day. Like, he doesn't come around. He's not a committed father. You thought this was going to be committed to you? Or a kid at that? But hold on. Editing me here. So I just wanted to hop on here real quick and say, I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting all the blame on single mothers for choosing wrong. Because at the end of the day, the father is being irresponsible. And I don't want to put all that blame on the woman for choosing the wrong guy when they already have the responsibility of having to be the full-time caretaker or the full-time parent of that child by themselves. So don't get me wrong when I say that. Like, unless you're choosing one of the pictures that I'm showing right there, then, you have nothing to worry about. Because there is plenty of men out there who have, you've been dating for a while and for whatever reason, when a baby come, they just switch up. They just switch up all of a sudden. They don't know how to be a father. They don't know how to wipe their own ass. I get it. I do. So I'm not saying that everybody chose wrong, you know, but you know, they got a freaking Glock in their hand like this, or they smoking, or I don't know, just indicative of them just being probably a shit person in general, probably, you know, related to gangs or violence of some sort, like, you know what I mean, okay? Now, my second point I wanted to make, because I forgot to add it when I was talking in this video, was what gets me going even further, like being pissed off, is like when they get online and make these posts, and then a few months later they're pregnant again. They're pregnant again with their second or third child by the same guy who treats them like shit and treats their kid like shit. What is going through y'all head when y'all get pregnant by these men again? And then you get online after the baby is born, after you tell everybody to fuck off and mind their own business, and you don't know what it's like to be in our relationship, and I don't have to explain what's not explained, don't have to be understood, or some shit like that. And then you want to get online and complain again after, you know, the happiness and the joy part of like, you know, the baby coming and the baby shower and this and that has died down. Now you want to get back online and complain. I don't feel bad for you. I don't. Like, I can get the first time if you, like, you know, he really was just like cool and he switched up. But if you get pregnant by him again, you're stupid. I'm sorry. You're just damn it stupid. You know what's crazy? Like on Father's Day, I've seen a lot of posts like, oh, my mother, you know, those type of posts. You know the posts I'm talking about. They're complaining about being a single mother.
I'm going to say what everybody's thinking. Some of these moms who get on this app crying their eyes out about how hard motherhood is. I don't care. I don't give a because it's never a woman who took her kids from a dangerous situation. It's never a mom whose husband left them high and dry. It's always actual videos I've seen. Actual ones. That one high yellow woman, oh my gosh, got 3 kids. Like, I can't handle it anymore. It's so difficult. People don't think that moms had dreams before having kids. Come to find out she's living with the father of her kids. They are married. I said, hey, maybe take it up with your husband because you clearly seem overwhelmed. He gets on this app cussing us out, being like, y'all, I don't got a man. At least I got a man. Well, do you? Because I can't tell. That woman last week who literally had 5 kids and 3 deadbeat baby daddies, come to find out she also now has a boyfriend. Complaining and crying because she can't find a job that fits her schedule and she doesn't want to be one of those baby mamas. I don't want to ask my baby daddies for help because I see how, like, I don't want to be like a bitter baby mom. You're struggling. You're literally struggling. And all the comments are being like, villages are not what they used to be. Oh my gosh, like, your family's so horrible for not helping you out. You don't think the village is tired? You don't think they're tired? You don't think they tried to help her? A lot of y'all needed therapy, not kids.
We need to start bringing back judging a book by its cover when it comes to our wombs. Let's use Coco, Bliss, and Iheartmemphis, for instance. If you live in a small town, think of that one couple that is like toxic for each other. You just know they do not belong together. That is Coco, Bliss, and Iheartmemphis. They are the two that do not need to be together, and now they got a baby on the way.
I'm pregnant. That's a shame. What the heck you do that for?
Always on the internet arguing, fighting, crying, whatever, and now they got a baby on the way. Ugh! Why would you do that? She's also now going to be that mother, unfortunately, that gets online and bitch and complain about how Iheartmemphis is and he ain't been a good father. You thought that was going to be a great father to you, the way he treated you? The many times you've got online and bitched and complained about how he treated you, you think he's going to treat that kid right too? Better yet, you throughout your pregnancy, you think he's going to treat you right? Be for real. Be for real. Sure, you might get spurts of like him being a nice person, whatever, but I don't think that's going to last long, unfortunately. Sorry to say, hard pill to swallow, but hey, it is what it is. Another person that comes to mind instantly is Chrisean Rock. Their whole situation is just sad from the beginning. She was drinking through her pregnancy. You know, I don't even know why either one of them thought it would be a good idea to even have a kid with each other. You know, they both are toxic, very toxic to each other. Like, she's just as bad as he is just as bad as she is. They're both bad. But they had a baby. All I'm saying is, with all of that being said, we need to take the bar and we need to pick it up off the ground. And we need to start loving ourselves again. We need to start setting boundaries. You don't have to do all of this. You don't have to accept the bare minimum. You don't have to just have oopsie babies. If you know, you don't have to do that. And then, hold on, because what I'm not about to do is sit here and piss off a whole crew of people because I had a baby that wasn't planned. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, having a baby that's unplanned with someone that is toxic for, you know, each other. Come on, it's 2024. Ain't nobody waiting until marriage to have sex. I mean, come on, let's be for real. Let's be for real. People are clapping cheeks, clearly on the first night of meeting each other. So there you go. So the likelihood of having a baby before marriage is like very high nowadays. And that's cool. Not everybody follows that religious tradition of waiting to have sex when you're married. But, you know, choose wisely, I would say. You know, maybe like just choose wisely. This new age of relationships and dating is just so, everything seems transactional. Everything seems so just sexually charged. Everything seems so out of whack. Like we're putting others' needs before our own, and we need to stop doing that. Let me back up real quick. He doesn't even have to look a certain way in order to be like, oh, I shouldn't have a baby by him. Because he can look like the nicest, sweetest guy. You know, he can look like a well put together guy. But if you've been dating him for a while, like you kind of know if he's the kind of man that you want to have a baby with. Like I said earlier, it's very few and far between where they love bomb you and then they become a raging narcissist once the kid is here or once you're married to him. That's very few and far between. Not everybody has narcissistic personality disorder, as much as we throw that word around. Not everybody has that. That's like a legit personality disorder. But you kind of, if he's already like given the fact that, like cheating maybe, if he's already like treating you like shit, keeping you guessing, keeping you up all night, having you call your friends to come pick you up because he done pissed you off for the 13th time, keeping you, you know, keeping you unhappy. There's just so much to unwrap here. And I said a mouthful, and I know this might piss some people off, but share your comments below. I would love to hear your perspectives on this mess and how our dating world is in today's age. It's really bad. It's really bad. But I would love to hear your opinion on the 50-50. I would love to hear your opinion. Well, I don't know about the 50-50. I might actually go to Arizona if I have to see it. But let's hear your opinions on the begging for the marriage, on the being in a marriage and defending them. Let's talk about, you know, the having, you know, judging a book by its cover before you have a baby by then. Let's talk about all of that. Please ease up on the 50-50. I don't know how much more I can take. You know, I'm thinking about posting more on my Snapchat and TikTok. I want to make a brand new TikTok because I feel like my algorithm is all screwed up. If you want to follow me on my new TikTok and on my Snapchat, feel free. I also have an Instagram if you want to watch me up there, but I really don't post like that, honestly. But I'm going to maybe, I think I should try to post more. I don't know. Snapchat, TikTok, I will be posting more, of course, on YouTube as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom. You said I'm a haddest kid. Don't care if he's here or not. But now you a single mom. Now you a single